How y'all doing? How y'all doing? This is Alvin with Trying Success on the Old Fashioned Health Network. Good health inside and out. Y'all notice this glow? Two vegans. Y'all, I want to introduce you all to none other than the owner of Cafe Culture. She goes by the name of Mussolini. And I'm going to let her explain it as we're talking in the show because you know I got questions, right? I know you do. All right. So the restaurant is located here on Auburn Avenue. So this particular segment is all things Auburn Avenue. And this is one of my favorite businesses on Auburn Avenue. And because of the personality, she's so sweet, y'all. Can't y'all tell? Always nice. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Please tell the people about yourself, who you are, and a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Mussolini, owner of Cafe Culture.
Culture with the K.
You got that right. Culture
Cafe with a K.
Wait a minute.
All right.
Where we at? There we go.
All right.
But a little bit about myself. Mm-hmm. I am a transplant. I've been in the A for about over 7 years now.
Okay.
Was able to introduce Cafe Culture in the end of 2020. So,
okay.
Didn't matter if we had a pandemic or not.
I know, right? I'm with you. Pandemic did not stop me from doing anything.
No, couldn't let it.
Life
goes on.
I know, right? Yeah.
And a little bit about myself.
Yes.
I like creating assets. I like to create opportunities for people while I'm creating opportunities for myself.
Okay.
And that's just the basics. You got to ask specific questions.
Okay, so here come my specific questions. Tell the people about your restaurant, Cafe Culture.
Oh, well, that's easy. Okay. So Cafe Culture is actually a casual dining restaurant for plant-based vegan. Mm-hmm. So, no dairy, no animal byproducts. Right. We just have to tell people because vegan is not in the name. So now you know. Another thing is we have a full-service bar, which is pretty awesome.
Yes.
So, and then I am very conscious. I make sure all our alcohol is vegan. So I'll do research and I'll make sure I talk to our reps, get information because unfortunately most people think, because it's alcohol, it's vegan.
Right.
And not because sometimes people filter the alcohol through animal fats.
I just found it out, like wine.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, tell us about that because I want to talk about that too because, I found it out. So, you do your homework, don't you?
Yes. And it's a website that I love as well called, I think it's Barnivore.
Okay.
And what they do is they actually reach out to different brands, alcohol brands.
Okay, all right.
And they get them to email them, whether if their products are vegan or not.
Okay. And
then they post whatever the email is, and then they'll reach out every so often to make sure that information is still relevant.
Wow. So, and that's the thing I like about, so Miss Mussolini is very detailed about her stuff. You all have to look, when you go to the restaurant, it has I don't want to say an outdoor feel, but it feels so clean. The colors you pick, the green, the white, the little green hints of white accent. It feels cool and relaxing. Was that strategic or it just fell in place like that?
Both,
okay.
So because the space is so small, I decided there was going to be a lot of white to open it up, make it feel brighter and fresh.
Okay.
The green, yes, it was always going to have green in it. However, that particular color came by accident because the carpenter was like, oh yeah, I can get this material. It was actually supposed to be this color green.
Okay.
But then it came out like that darker green with the gold specks in it.
And it's beautiful.
Thank you. So that's how that particular green happened.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's I just want to keep it open.
Okay.
I like openness and then I'm a minimalist and like to keep things modern.
Yeah. So what is your signature dish that everybody loves?
The hot mess.
The hot mess, y'all. What is the hot mess?
The hot mess is our meatless loaded sloppy Joe wrap with fresh kale.
I ain't had that one yet.
Yeah. Oh no, because you a mob ties kind of guy. You a little gangster.
Yeah, that's another dish, y'all.
That's when you want that little spice with the zesty,
Okay.
the onions and peppers. So that's the kind of guy you are.
Okay.
With the Italian sausage. That's how, got the name Maltese. But yeah, hot mess is the number one seller because it's just all the goodness rolled up in one.
Right.
And it's not your traditional like sloppy Joe where everything's on you because it's in the wrap.
So now, are these dishes that you created, or how do you come up with these dishes?
You want the secret?
I mean,
you want
not
my
the
sauce?
secret, but I just want to know that you created these. Are your creations, right?
Yes, and maybe. No, so what happened was...
Oh, y'all, it's another hot mess. What is it? What happened?
So I am not a chef at all.
Okay.
I didn't go to culinary school. I did learn how to start cooking like around age 9.
Okay.
However, when it comes to certain details, I got to play around with it.
Okay.
What I did was I came up with a mock menu.
Okay.
Then I hired a professional chef.
Okay.
Thank you, Country.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
so Country actually took my concepts,
Okay.
perfected it.
Okay.
And he brought it back to me and was like, what works? And then we tweaked a little more.
Okay.
And got in the kitchen and just made sure everything came out to perfection with the taste. And then after he gave me the basis, then I was able to evolve from there and I could start creating my own recipes and doing everything more so. He gave me the blueprint on how to do it.
Okay. So being a African-American female business owner in the restaurant sector, do you find it's hard to do? Do you have any challenges, you think, because you're an African-American female? Or do you think it's no different than anybody else?
I mean, one challenge, like when we were like putting everything together, it's like, I'm the one cutting the checks.
Right.
This is my money. I'm paying you.
Right.
But when I'm talking to some of the male contractors, it's like it's landing on deaf ears. So then I would have to go to one of my male counterparts or project manager. Project manager, and be like, hey, I need you to do X, Y, Z. Just play it off. My words, but I need you to say it because, like, unfortunately, I'm like, yo, bro, you
Really?
like, why you just can't do what I need to be done in a timely manner?
So you have to really get a male to be your voice sometime to get what you want done.
Unfortunately, I noticed that when I was doing my build out. Yeah,
Wow. Y'all, that's
that's pretty sad. But
that's wow. Wow. I mean, why? It's and your money's spent like everybody else's money.
exactly.
Wow. Okay.
So I don't
So
know if it was like an ego thing, like taking direction from a woman. I wasn't sure, but
Okay.
I mean, some people have, but for the most part, I really haven't had that problem.
Okay.
That's like the only time I've really noticed it.
so how do you like being on Auburn Avenue?
Oh, I love it. I've been.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm trying to see how we should. So here's the thing I like about so many things I like about being in the historical Black district of Atlanta. But it's a certain. I've had people to come down and there's like I've seen quite a few homeless people out and about, but if I can say, they kind of feel like family. Someone when you get used to seeing them, you'd be like, hey, how you? If the ones that are there on a regular. They'll just give you the nod. Because there's this one guy that's over by your restaurant, and he sits like right at the corner. And I've seen him a couple of times, and it got to the point where he'd be like, "How you doing, man?" I was like, "So, how you doing?" Because he got used to seeing me. So, but it's not like it is. The homeless situation is really bad when you see people that are like laying out in the street. Not that kind, but those that are like. That talk to you all the time that you know, because there's a couple of them that see me and they will talk. It's like, hey, how you doing? And then like this one guy's like, hey, I want to get me something to eat. The restaurant is right there, but you need to make sure you get something to eat, or either I'll take you in here. And they'd be like, okay, I don't want nothing to eat. I just want somebody. So, we kind of know what's going on.
Just being honest.
Because they're being honest. But I mean, being down here on Auburn Avenue is a lot of fun, y'all. I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun. It's good to be in our own community, trying to make a difference. There's some things that I would like to see better around here in the community. Hopefully that our future governor, Stacey Abrams, is listening to this and she'll, help us out a little bit. But what have you found been some of the struggles with being in business?
Well, actually, before I opened up my own location, I was down the street. So I was managing in Bar when they were open, and Peacock for a short time before I officially resigned and opened my spot. So I officially resigned in 2019. So I've had the restaurant since 2019, first quarter. However, I couldn't open till like the latter part of 2020 because of pandemic, city, all this other stuff.
All right.
But what I do enjoy and what I have noticed, so things that I do enjoy is that the sense of community, that we're working together as different business owners, regardless of what your business is.
Right.
So I appreciate that we're trying to find a collective.
Right.
Things that I don't like. Well, since I am the late night vegan spot, because 11 to 3 during the day, but at night 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. And then Friday and Saturday reopen till 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. So things that are a problem. The people from the car clubs who come over here and patronize our outside area, which makes it harder for our customers to find parking, or they want to play loud music, or they want to start trying to have that crowd attracts other things, like people are trying to vend to them and sell food. Like last year was like ridiculous. I had to run some guy off because he set up his barbecue like across the street. I'm like, no, we not doing that. And then he went somewhere else and did it, but like at least he wasn't in front of my spot no more.
Right.
Another problem is, clearly the police department, is that we can call for assistance, like, hey, can you just clear the block or just come and circle around, make sure it's good, because we don't want any incidents that's happened in the past, unfortunately.
Right.
They're not responsive, however, but we put them on payroll, they out here. And I was like, that sucks, like, we got to pay taxes. But then we can get you to be an EJ. So when we paid them as EJs, the neighborhood was a lot more quieter. We didn't have any of that other stuff. But now that's an added expense on all the business owners. And, yesterday's price is not today's price. So what they was getting paid when I first moved down here is definitely not. They're about double and triple now what they're getting paid.
So wait, let me get this right. So when you're open in the late night after 7, right? After 7 is when the traffic gets heavy on the weekend, or is it through the week?
No, it depends. It's summertime, so.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. And so EJ is considered as what?
It's considered an extra job. That's what the officers call it.
And you all have to pay them to be in the area.
To have their presence here, to have them stationed over here, or to whether it's being at one of our spots, that's different. Right. But we normally ask them to be at a particular area in the neighborhood. So this way it would deter them from parking and setting up shop.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up. Like they weren't in my budget sheet.
Wow. So yeah, it sounds like we need to talk to the mayor.
I think they sent something out recently. We're supposed to have like a meeting. I gotta check my emails. I'm in my text messages because we have like a certain businesses that function during those hours.
Okay.
We normally text or get together as a collective.
Right.
So
wow.
Hopefully something is done about it and we don't have to go through those same experiences we did last year.
Okay. I didn't know that was to me, if you're paying your tax dollars, why do I need to pay you extra to drive around like you're supposed to be doing anyway?
Yeah, no, they kind of stop on Edgewood. They block that down, and then people just want to come over here. Because you can't park on Edgewood, like, from a certain time on a weekend. You're not getting down the block. They got that shut down. They even got, like, signs out there saying you're not getting down the block between this time and this time.
The city does? Mm-hmm. Is that a good or a bad thing?
I don't know. They need it over there. It's good.
Wow.
No, they need it. I mean, like, it's been quiet over here, but we want to prevent any of those things from happening. Mm-hmm. So it's just preventative measures.
Okay. Wow. And there's a couple of bars in this area that are pretty loud. I mean, they have some parties going on, on Auburn Avenue.
But last year, a lot of the parties was outside. They got their trucks, everything just turned up, alcohol bottles. I was like, hold up. This, you're supposed to be over here paying for alcohol.
Right.
Y'all can't take over. They have whole block parties. But anyway, that's...
BYOB on the street.
I mean, that's their own thing. That's their business. But it's just a problem when you affect our business.
Right. And that's wow. Okay. Let's talk about how you came up with the name Cafe Culture. How'd you come up with
What
that?
happened was.
Oh
No,
my
I'm just
God. What happened? How'd you come up with that name?
kidding.
With the K.
Oh, so actually one of my friends who was going to be an investor, when I was telling him about this years ago, I was like, hey, these are some of the names I came up with. So it was just Cafe Culture, just traditionally C.
Right.
But he's like, yo, you should change it to a K. And that's how it became Cafe Culture with a K.
That was a nice move. That was a nice move. That was a smart investor.
Well, actually, he was supposed to be. It didn't work out, unfortunately. But at least we're still friends.
So, being in business here in Atlanta versus trying to do the same business back home, do you think it would be as lucrative? Or do you find it, because Atlanta seems to be just to be, it's easy to start a business here in Atlanta to try to get started. But like, I moved here from Chicago, right? I was born in Mississippi, but moving here from Chicago to try to do what I'm doing now, that would be really hard.
So with my concept in Connecticut, it would definitely work.
Okay.
Because of the area I grew up in.
Okay.
I was right now, Yale, one of the most prestigious Ivy League colleges. So I was always within that vicinity.
Okay.
And then also, it's a very big college town.
Yeah.
So since you have the medical center, I'm at Yale there.
Okay.
And then people are being a little more health conscious or whatever. I think I probably would be doing good still.
Okay.
Only because of the current climate, the market, and the setup.
Okay.
Now, if it was like, say, a different type of setup, say for instance, if I had hookahs, that wouldn't work.
Right.
Which we were supposed to, but that, another story another day.
Okay. All right. So do you plan on franchising?
That was not part of my plan, but people keep asking me for more.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I could see that being a franchise, the exact same size. I could see you having cafe cultures in different college areas, just like you talked about. It seemed like it works.
If it was to be, if it ever does manifest to be a franchise, it just want to have a bar.
Smart.
Because I realize a lot of people come there, even though I still dip and dab in alcohol every now and then, tequila drinker. However, I don't drink as much.
Okay.
And then I do realize when people are more health conscious, they don't want to include alcohol into their diet.
Right.
So, yeah, and then I sell more food than anything. So that's one thing I did realize. So it would be that cafe culture where it is would just be a flagship, and then everywhere else would be like just without.
So this particular first restaurant seems to be such a good starting point to graduate to something different. And I like the fact that a lot of times if you are trying to eat healthy, I can see where people be like, yeah, I want to eat healthy. I don't think I want a shot of tequila because it'll defeat the purpose. It probably is really what you think they're thinking. But drinking tequila, if it's vegan, drinking tequila clear is much more healthy than drinking anything dark. So I don't know. I think people are not educated that all liquor is not necessarily cause you to have a lot of calories.
But also, it's what it what it can do to your body. But that's anything within moderation.
Yes.
So it depends on your mindset. Whether you're just coming, for instance, cafe culture wasn't built with kids in mind.
Right.
They weren't in my forecast at all.
And what happened?
They keep coming in.
Them burgers, what you want them to do? That
No.
that
That's
burger is great.
That's perfectly fine. So originally, cafe culture, it was gonna have hookahs and all those other things.
Okay.
However, a pandemic, I decided not to. I was like, let's see what the climate's gonna be. But now then I realize, since I have certain options on the menu that are considered kid friendly, a lot of parents want to bring their children in, which is perfectly fine. And that's what made me be more conscious of it, because it's not just us eating healthier as adults. Is now, since we are being more conscious, people are introducing that to their children's diet.
Right.
And then they bring them in and they're having a good time. Like I had this cute little boy named Ben from the Carolinas, came in like a week or two ago. They came last year.
Okay.
And it was Ben's birthday, 6th birthday. And his dad was like, he wanted to come back here to Cafe Culture because he liked it so much when they were vacationing before. So I thought that was so adorable.
Wow.
And then I have one of my little regulars, K2,
Okay.
little Keyshawn.
Okay.
Like, he comes in, gives us hugs. He loves us. So it's just like,
Oh,
when I
that's
didn't
nice.
introduce those things, and I'm happy I didn't, because now I get to see these other manifestations and how we're introducing it to children for that next generation to make them healthier and more conscious.
I like that. That's good. That's good. So I have one more question, 2 questions. Will there be a Cafe Culture Club membership? You don't have to tell us right now. You can think about that. And tell us where the name came from, Mussolini. Because I'm thinking about Italian, and so yeah. Where we get this name from?
All right. A membership for Cafe Culture?
You can hold on to that one a little later on.
Okay, so we're gonna-
I want you to let that sink into your spirit. That's a little something I was giving you on the side, all right?
Okay.
All right, so just let's go with this name.
Okay, so Mussolini came from my bro Damien. So Damien,
Okay.
so he owns, well, M-Bar is about to be something different, but
Right,
M-Bar and Peacock down the street where
Okay.
I was managing.
Right.
However, so I was his PA at first. That's what he hired me, his assistant.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, all my assistant has dictator names. He had Adolf, a Stalin, and another
Not
one.
dictatorship.
And he's like, you're Mussolini. I'm like, I don't want to be Mussolini. That's like, that's not my name. So I was like, I'm trying to come here with good spirits. I'm not trying to be a mean person no more. So I don't want to be named Mussolini.
Did you say no more?
Yeah, like, yeah.
Okay.
Some people be like, oh my God, you're mean. I'm
But
like,
you are always smiling all the time when I see you.
I'm just direct. That's why I think they think I'm mean.
But she's not mean. She's really a sweetheart.
It's based on one's opinion.
Okay. So this Mussolini name. So you got this name from somebody else.
So yeah, Damien gave me this name, and it stuck. So what's funny is that, when like his other partners, business partners, didn't know that wasn't my real name for a long time.
Oh my God.
So it was like months, almost a year. Like, people like, yo, wait, Moose not your name? I'm like, nah, no, that's not my name. He's like, wait. I was like, it is my name, but it's not my name. So a lot of people in the A thought it was my legit legal name, or I had people like, are your parents Italian? It's like, nah. Just
Yeah, that was going with that. I was like, Mussolini. We could talk about this off the air. It was like, okay, I'll go with it. So what name do you prefer the people to call you by?
I don't know. Moose or Mussolini's cool.
Mussolini. So
like,
what do you tell a guy when somebody walk in? It's like, you're just pretty. I can't call you Mussolini. I got to call you.
You walk in my business, my name is Moose or Mussolini.
That's what y'all heard that, right? Her name is Moose Mussolini. That's it.
No, Moose. You can Moose for short or Mussolini, either or.
Either or.
I respond to one or the other.
One or the other. Nothing else outside of that.
No, like if you in my inner circle, you know my real name.
I got you. I'm feeling some kind of way.
It's okay. I'll tell you in a second.
I'm like, wait a minute now, hold on. Listen, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really, really appreciate you. And I'm proud of what you're doing. I really am. And there's ice cream that they talk about in here that you have.
Oh, the Frosties.
Yes.
So what's funny is we originally had those milkshakes.
Okay.
And had a problem with distribution when COVID happened.
Uh-huh.
So then I had to figure out, how can I make something that's just as good?
Okay.
So I came up with this mix, and then the texture that it creates, it's not like a traditional smoothie, and it's not like a regular thick milkshake. It's like that in between, like Frosties, kind of like if you ever had a Wendy's Frosty.
Right.
So
it's good because I ain't had that one yet.
yes, you
Okay,
bet.
I'm coming down.
So the best, my personal favorite is either chocolate or strawberry.
Gotcha. I will be taking the chocolate on the rocks. Dark chocolate. Okay, cool.
No. Regular chocolate.
Regular chocolate. Not milk. No dairy.
Are we really having this conversation?
Okay. So I'm just thinking dark chocolate can I have some almonds on mine?
No.
No, just.
When have you ever put almonds in a Frosty?
I'm so different.
You ever seen a Wendy's? You ever had a Wendy's Frosty back in the day before you became vegan?
Yeah. I take the lid off mine and make mine what I want it to be.
See, that's different though. We don't customize it like that. We'll give it to you. You can make it whatever you want to be afterwards.
Moose, thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Thank you for
what
having
you're doing.
me.
Now, please tell the people how they can find you, your social media and everything, the times you open and whenever.
Okay, so you can find Cafe Culture at 43 Jesse Hill, which is technically the intersection of Auburn and Jesse Hill, right across the street from Big Bethel. I gotta give you all this stuff because I don't know what's wrong with Google Maps sometimes.
I know, right?
And sometimes it bring you to Grady, which is like 3 blocks
You
here.
know what I always tell people? Right across from the John Lewis mural.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Business of operation is 11 to 3 during the day, and 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. in the evening on Tuesday through Thursday and Sunday. Friday and Saturday, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Because once again, we're the late night vegan spot.
Okay.
And, make sure you follow us on IG at Cafe Culture, C-A-F-E, Culture, with a K, K-U-L-T-U-R-E.
Okay.
And on Facebook, but actually, Instagram, I actually respond to all DMs myself.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Y'all make sure you got to come by. You got to see the restaurant for yourself. It's like a mini experience for me. I really like coming there. So it's like you can just take a deep breath. Like, oh, it feels so good in here.
Thank you.
I really like it in there. So thank you all so much for watching Trying Success. Make sure you watch, share, and follow us. Y'all have a great rest of the week.
Ciao.